Good morning. Welcome to my channel. If you were expecting part 2 of my 4-part series of my Northwest trip, this is not that video. I'm sorry. I haven't yet got a chance to put that together. But I do have 5 singles here and 4 LPs that I recently acquired, and I want to show them. Okay, the first one is the Wailers from 1963, Partytime, U.S.A. on the A side. That is written by Buck Ormsby. And then Seattle on the B side on the Etiquette label. They were having no luck getting signed to a label, so they created their own label, Etiquette Records. Pat O'Day, the famous KJR DJ in Seattle, who basically owned all of the Northwest rock, produced everything. He produced this single, and this was a very important part of Seattle rock. For a small time, you could see distributed by Liberty Records in Los Angeles, but they weren't distributing them for very much longer.
It's party time, U.S.A.
About a year later, this came out, and this wasn't distributed by Liberty. Frenzy and A Tall Cool One. In '59, this was their big hit on a different label, Pacific Crest. They owned the master tapes, the label, so they went and re-recorded it themselves on their own label, and that's what we have here. Here's a band you probably haven't heard of, the Rooks, Leaving You. This is 1965, again on Etiquette, and I'll Be the One. Kent Morrell of the Wailers and of Etiquette, he wrote this track, so he was writing tracks for other artists. The Rooks, Believe in You, and I'll Be the One, 1965.
Just can't be. What can I do? All I can do is believe in you. I'll be the one that'll put you down. I won't be your hand around. I'll be the one that'll put you in your place. I won't bow and straight to you.
This one is the Sonics but it doesn't really sound like the Sonics. Love-Itis and You're in Love. This came out in 1967, and Gary Rosalie quit in 1967. He left all his equipment. The bass player kept the name and brought in a singer named Jim Brady out of Seattle, who they've worked with before. And he is the voice that you are hearing. The sax player, Rob Lind, left the band and became a fighter pilot in Vietnam. And that's why the Sonics basically broke up. It wasn't creative differences. It was because of the Vietnam War. There's another version of this single that says the Sonics featuring Jim Brady. This one doesn't have that. And Jim Brady would carry the name the Sonics until 1980.
When you get that sure feeling that this is it, your heart beats faster, it just won't quit. Well, it's a sure sign that you're in love with her, baby. You're in love.
This one is from 1967. It's Emergency Exit, Maybe Too Late, and Why Girl. They were like a bar band. They also played, they're on a bunch of concert posters that I have. I collect Seattle Northwest flyers and concert posters, and they were the opening act for a lot of big bands. The B-side, Why Girl, was written by Luther Rabb, who was from Seattle. He would go on to join war, and they got picked up by Dunhill, and Dunhill is famous for Mamas and the Papas and Steppenwolf. This one came out in 2007. Psychedelic Horseshit. Jason Rojas of the YouTube VC fame plays bass and organ on this one. This came out in 2007. They were from Columbus, Ohio. The singer and guitar player was called Matt Horseshit. Jason was bass and organ, and Rich Johnson was percussion. I guess there was a shit gaze kind of scene going on in Columbus. Let's show you the label. The label was called Silt Breeze. At first, it reminded me of The Strokes, the first song. And then as you get through all the songs remind me of The Strokes. It's noise, it's repetitive. I didn't really like it. I liked it at first. Maybe I liked the first song, but it just kind of sounded the same. But I saw this, and I know Jason, so I thought I would pick it up. Is anything on the inside? there's no insert, but Psychedelic Horseshit's first album.
The things in sight, they will not ruin us through the things that we like.
The next one, someone from Instagram pointed out to me. This is Los Cóndores del Cusco. I can't read the title. Vacilando. This is Peruvian cumbia from they're from Cusco, which is coincidentally where my wife is from. A lot of these records have women and bikinis on them. This is super rare. Only 6 of these are in Discogs. 45 people want them. Only 6 are in Discogs. This is traditional Peruvian Andean music with some guitar, some psychedelic guitar. Really good cumbia. They said it was a VG plus. The vinyl is a VG plus. The cover, I guess we'll say it's a Peruvian VG plus.
Vuelve, dueña de mi alma, Roxana, te quiero mucho.
This was an eBay find. Nick Drake. Bryter Layter. This is 1971. It is a first press. Joe Boyd, who produced Pink Floyd's Arnold Layne, produced this. John Cale of the Velvet Underground was on this. So were members of Freeport Convention. It's got the, can you see that? It's got the pink rim, the palm tree on Island Records. And one way to know that it is first pressing is that, and not an early reissue, it says side 2. The reissue has like a -B, and it says stereo, and the reissue does not say stereo. Glad to finally have this particular record. I've never even owned a reissue of it, and I like it. Fly, John Cale plays viola on side 2. John Cale plays on Northern Sky, the last track of side 2. Nick Drake. I've been looking for this one for a while. The Moving Sidewalks, Flash. This is Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top 4 years before ZZ Top. There he is right there. This is an original from 1968. Super hard to come by. It's the Unipack. It's got the red label. This is one of the most counterfeited psych albums out there. And you can always tell in the dead wax. I wrote that down. The fake ones have just TS6919A with no number at all. And the original, say TS6919, and they have a Monarch stamp. You're not going to be able to see it. A Monarch stamp on both sides, which Monarch is the pressing plant in Los Angeles where it was pressed. So this is a confirmed original. There are 2 other listings on Discogs, and both of those are the counterfeits. This is great. blues, psych, great fuzz guitar, really good stuff. I am so glad to have this record. Flash, the Moving Sidewalks.
It's a fright to me. Try my hand and make me feel. Cause this electric love emotion's got to be unreal. And make me shake.
That's it. That's 9 records. Thing about this Moving Sidewalks is a guy named Barry saw my ad in Record Collector News. I advertised on page 4, and I've had the Moving Sidewalks on there for 6 months, maybe a year. He reached out, told me that he had a few things on the list, and mainly was this LP. So we were able to make a deal. So here's that ad again. This one is coming up. If there's anything on this list that you could help me with, please reach out. I'd be forever in your debt. I hope you enjoyed this video and some of the tracks that I played. I will get on that part 2 of Seattle Finds video coming up next week. Thank you.
Little screams, recovering 90s ravers, and people who bought the wrong jeans. Occasional psychos, but mostly just nice folk. It's like a new disease. They're the brand new way of hippies.